So today I'm going to talk about two different ways you can order bees. So this would be like if you went and ordered bees from a local bee club or maybe a bee supply store or even from a local beekeeper. You've got two options. When I started, I had no idea what either of these things meant. So I'm going to share with you so you can make an informed decision when you decide to buy your bees. So the first option you have is something called a package. A package comes from a commercial beekeeper who part of their business model is to grow and sell a lot of bees. So what you would get with a package, and I'll put a picture of it here on the screen, is a wire mesh box that contains about 3 pounds of bees. And inside there, you also have a little cage that has your queen in it, and it's got a little bit of food in there for her. So you can actually even order packages to come in the mail. The Postal Service, USPS, will deliver these, which is wild to me. I've had bees delivered to me before, and it's pretty cool. But this is what a lot of people start with. I have purchased a package of bees. It is not something that I think is the best choice for a beginner beekeeper, and here's why. Because what you're buying are bees that are not from the same colony. You're buying bees that were shaken out of different colonies. It may be this, like all of the worker bees came from the same colony sometimes, or it might come from a few different colonies. But the issue I have with a package is that your queen is not from the same colony your workers are from. So what that means is you've got a colony that is going to have to accept this queen, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. So you have the potential for right away to have trouble with your queen. If those bees that are in your package decide they don't like her, they can kill her. And I've never had that happen with a package, but it is a possibility. And knowing what I know now, not a chance I would want to take if I'm going to invest, because bees are not cheap. So if I'm going to invest, I'm going to spend that little bit extra and go a different route. So the other reason, aside from the queen, the other reason that I think a package is a difficult way to start with bees is because you are literally just getting a box with bees in it. And you might think, well, isn't that what a beehive is? Just a box with bees. But the other option you have has more for your bees to work with. So if you buy a package of bees, you've got to put those bees into your beehive with completely blank foundation. That means they have no wax, no comb. So they have to build up a place for their queen to lay eggs, a place for them to store food and pollen. So it's a lot of work initially on those bees. So the other option you have is something called a nuc. It's spelled N-U-C, and it's typically 5 frames. So you actually get 5 frames that the bees have already worked. So it's drawn comb. So that means that's a place for your bees to store food and to have nectar, honey, pollen, and also a place for your queen to lay eggs. So the good part about a nuc is you're not just getting blank comb, you're actually getting comb that already has all of those resources in it. So that's one big difference with a nuc, is that you're getting those frames. So a nuc will be more expensive because you are getting 5 of those frames and they already have what your bees need to get started right away. The big difference with a nuc versus a package is that you're buying an actual colony. So those bees have been together. So you're buying a queen that is already established and laying in that hive with those bees. So that means there's a much less likely chance that those bees are going to kill that queen. So I feel like it's just a better place to start as a new beekeeper. because the bees are already established. And what you'll do is when you get that nuke, instead of just dumping a whole bunch of bees into a box that's completely empty, no drawn comb, nothing, you're going to get to put 5 frames of foundation with bees already on it and established into your hive, and then you get to add in some blank. So it gives your bees a place to start from, and then they can start working on your blank foundation and your blank frames. And I understand you might be thinking, what in the world is foundation and frames? And I will do a video and talk a little more about that soon. But just so you know, your bees, if you order a package, are going to just come bees, nothing else. If you have a nuke, then your bees come with a queen that belongs to that colony, and it comes with foundation and frames that the bees have already worked. So I feel like it's just a better way to get started with bees.